Hello, my beloved students of class 11. It is really very great pleasure to me to meet with you because you are the victim of COVID-19 pandemic and your result of secondary examination has been published, yet it was late, but you could not start your study at the school curriculum, yet you are confined in your own home. So I hope that it will be also gladful to you to have my first introduction, and if you are interested and if it is liked by you, then I shall continue my classes as per your demand. My dear students, class 11, this is the initiating class of your higher secondary level. There is a subtle difference from the secondary English syllabus. In secondary section, there were reading comprehension from your text, seen, unseen, and here a number of proses and verses are included by West Bengal Council of Higher Secondary Education, as well as there will be a rapid reader, Tales from Shakespeare. In total, 5 dramas are included in your syllabus, and there will be also composition part and textual grammar. In total, the written will be of 80 marks and 20 marks is allotted for project papers. Anyway, if you are interested, then I shall discuss in detail about the syllabus in the next classes. As it is an initiating class, I am trying to give you a pen picture, a graph of the syllabus and number division. If you find out scrupulously the number division section, if you go through the number division section, you will find out that there will be at least 40 marks will carry just only 1, and 2 marks, and maximum marks will carry 3. So it will be interesting that you must go through the texts very vividly, analytically, and there will be multiple choice questions, short answer type questions. From prose, 20 marks will be allotted. From verses, 20 marks will be allotted. And from Tales from Shakespeare, there will be 5 drama that is in the abbreviated form, in a story form. 10 marks, 20 plus 20 plus 10, that is 50. Textual grammar, prose and verses থেকে তো কন্টেন্ট থাকবে এবং the rules will be the same. Later on we shall discuss it. 10, 60, and 10 marks on your writing paragraph or story writing. Alternative, you can choose any one, and there will be a new one will be introduced with you in your syllabus, that is ESP, English for Special Purpose. It includes newspaper advertisement and commercial leaflet. Already I have mentioned that there will be at least 40 marks, carries only one. Now we shall start with a poem composed upon Westminster Bridge, September 3, 1802, written by William Wordsworth. Most of you have heard the name of William Wordsworth. He was born in the year 1770, and he has represented the most notable period of history of English literature, that is known as Romantic period. Just latter half of the 18th century and first half of the 19th century, this period is known as Romantic revival, return to nature. The 18th century was known as the age of prose and reason, because most of the writings in that period were based on intellectuality. Prose and novels were written by the contemporary authors, and those writings were only comprehended, only understood by the elite groups, by the persons of higher literary status. But there will be some literature for common people. It was felt by a school of poets, and they started a movement. No, that movement was not with pen or not with sword, not with guns. This movement was with pen and pencil and paper. It was a literary movement, and they raised their slogan that literature should be, particularly on the perspective of the poem should be written in colloquial languages. What is colloquial language? Colloquial language, that does not mean regional language, that does not mean in dialects, that is in standard English language. And there will be nature, that is the worship of nature. There will be the worship of man, and a close relationship in between man and nature. If we have gone through a number of poems, then we come to know what is the characteristic features of those poets who belong to the Romantic period, Romantic revival, in the Romantic age. And a number of poets who started that movement, like Barn, Gray, Thompson, they are known as the precursors of Romanticism. They are known as the harbingers of Romanticism, forerunners of Romanticism. They are the forerunners. They have initiated the movement. And this movement was concretized by a school of poets. One of them is Wordsworth, and the others are Shelley, Percy B.C. Shelley, P.B. Shelley, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Lord Byron, and Keats, John Keats. So those poets, they exalted nature, they worshipped man, common people. They do not deal with the kings and queens as it was in the 18th century before. And if we will go through just only one poem written by William Wordsworth, then we can assess what kind of poems are written by William Wordsworth. Solitary Reaper, written by William Wordsworth. Who is the solitary reaper? Reaping, the work of reaping. Reap means cutting and binding of grains. One who cuts and binds the grains. That means a girl comes from a rustic farming family. First one, that is rustic, and second one is from a farming family, from a family whose livelihood is based on cultivation. From that background, a girl of a Highland girl of the Scotlandian region, she was reaping, she was cutting the grains of corn, and at the same time she was singing a song. But she was alone, and while she was cutting the grains from the field, she sang a song. The poet was crossing over the hill. He listened to the song and he listened to the song with rapt attention in such a manner that if anyone would pass him, he felt disturbance. So he requested the passers-by either pass the way gently or stop here. If the girl could come to realize that there will be a presence of another man, she will stop her song. And in the second stanza, she compared the song of the guard with that of the nightingale and the cuckoo bird. And all those songs, in such an atmosphere he described, that it cannot be compared with any earthly song. It has surpassed all. The girl's song surpassed the song of the nightingale. To the caravan who were taking rest in the oasis after a long journey in the Arabian desert, and again the cuckoo, the shrill sound of the cuckoo, the melodious sound of the cuckoo that breaks the silence of the seas among the farthest tribes. Those songs are melodious, but the song of the solitary girl, more melodious, more charming. It has surpassed all. Now it is a 15 minutes session. more than it will be longer, then I cannot upload it. In the next class we shall discuss.